What's going on, YouTube? I am Germ here, and up on the screen right now, you guys are looking at the DreamHack 2014 Holo set. These are 6 stickers from, obviously, the tournament, the CS Major, CSGO Major, DreamHack 2014, which was one of the very first majors ever in CSGO history. Obviously, you know, we have, like, the stickers that everyone knows about, the Cato 14s. Well, DreamHack 14s are from the same year. They are just as old. They're not as cool, they're not as rare, they're not as popular, but they're still very old, very rare, very popular, very cool, and you can see some crazy prices up here on the screen. You know, the Fnatic 1200 on the Steam market, Dignitas 1069, Nodus Vincier 800, Ninjas and Pajamas down at 337, but even still Cloud9 and Virtus Pro at 696 and 886. Some pretty insane prices, some pretty crazy things, and we're going to be talking about these today. Now, I know I made a video about these a couple weeks ago, but some things have changed since then. A lot of things have changed since then, and it's really ultimately led to what might go down as my biggest mistake ever in my CS career. You know, who knows what the heck is going to happen, but this is such a big mistake that even if I continue to do this for years and years and years, this could still be one of my biggest mistakes, biggest misses, and biggest potential losses. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. Hopefully this will be interesting. But first, I just wanted to plug my cash trading side business really quick. This is a great way to help support me, my channel, and my content. It's been going really well recently, but this is an opportunity for you guys. If you are looking to sell out of your CS skins, items, agents, anything, I can help you do that in a safe, quick, and efficient and effective way, because obviously there's a lot of shady stuff out there. There's a lot of scammers, there's a lot of sharks, all this different stuff. So go into someone who is trusted and reliable and has hopefully a connection with their community, but also a good experience with a ton of other people so far. You know, I've been adding all my cash trades onto this pinned tweet and stuff. You can see some of the items that I have traded so far for in the past, and it's been going good. There's actually been a lot of different stuff, and you can see here, obviously, my very first ever trade was these DreamHack 2014 stickers that we're going to be talking about in this video. So hit me up over on Twitter if you guys do want to sell or potentially sell or talk about selling some of your items. My Twitter is going to be linked in the description below. With that being said, let's get right into this. So here's that tweet. Exciting announcement. Just officially completed my first CS cash trade today. Picked up these 4 items for a price we're both happy with. If you're looking to safely and quickly cash out of your CS items, skins, whatever, hit me up. And you can see here, my first ever trade, somebody came to me and said, hey, I have this Navi DreamHack 14 Holo. I have this VP DreamHack 14 Holo. And really at this time, I didn't know much about DreamHack 14. Obviously, I'm relatively new to the whole sticker CS market. You know, like I said, I started all this in like May or something. It's been like 4 months since I've really started getting heavy into this stuff. And so much of my time, attention, and focus so far has gone into Paris and the modern borderless sticker sets like, Antwerp, like Stockholm, like Paris, all this stuff. I've looked at Rio a little bit. I've looked at RMR a little bit. I've looked at some of these other ones, but I haven't so far gone as deep and in depth into some of these older ones, partly because they're just not the hot topic right now, partly because some of them are so expensive and so rare and so crazy they're out of my range so far until I eventually build up to them. But also I just can't, research heavily into everything right away. There's so many different things out there, so much information, so much knowledge to be gained that you got to start somewhere. So I didn't know a ton about these things. Obviously, I know they're DreamHack 14. I know they're old, and I know they're pretty good looking. I think they're pretty cool, even though they're kind of blocky and square and stuff. And I know, borderless stickers are all the rage right now. I think they're an example of how bordered stickers can actually look really good and cool and interesting. They look good in CS2. They're shiny. They have like this rainbow RGB, whatever. I know some other people have called it, foil effect. They look good. And for many of those reasons, along with the fact that I think many people are beginning to get priced out of the Cato 14 market. So then eventually some of the money is going to go into some of these other old sets that people might think have a chance to increase and rise in the future. Some of that's obviously very, very speculative, but some of that is just kind of how natural market progressions work. For whatever reason, a lot of money is funneled into these things. If you look at the graph of some of these, the Holo specifically in this set, this is Fnatic. And you can see the lifetime here. I mean, this is just a ridiculous graph to look at. The recent run-up makes everything it's done in the past look like absolutely nothing. But, this thing was as little as $3 before, and it had this crazy run-up of going to 10, and then going to 15, and then going to 20, 30, 40, 50, 150, kind of crashing back down. But all of a sudden, as of late, even over the past month, we can zoom out a little bit further than that. But let's say the beginning of this year, this thing was $112. We go to like April, April. This is the CS2 boom. It gets up to 267. We get up to 389 in June. And now here we are, June to September, which is 3 months, going from 389 as a peak to going to 1,244 as a peak. That is absolutely insane. Obviously, it's largely unsustainable, but this is the crazy run-up we've seen in such a short time for some of these things. Here's the Dignitas Holo. Looking at the lifetime of this, it looks very, very similar. Maybe not quite as crazy as the Fnatic one, but still. If we look at the last couple of months during the CS2 boom, it went up to 499, then it hits 499 again in June, then it hits 574 in August, and then it shoots all the way up to where we're at 941 today. And there's a couple different reasons for this, and there's a couple different theories. Obviously, a lot of people are saying, hey, market manipulation is a big, big, big possibility and probably very likely to be going on right now. You can see the quantities of these on the market. There's 7, there's 6, there's 9, there's 6, and there's 8. So it doesn't take a lot of money to buy up a significant amount of the available supply and really hike these prices to whatever you want them to be in the short term. Again, with 9 times 3 is 12. With $1,200, you can own all of the, in theory, obviously they're not all listed for $330, but for like $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 or whatever, you can own all the Ninjas and Pajamas DreamHack 14 holos that are on the Steam community market right now. And obviously there's others in storage units and on Float and Buff Market and all these other places, but there's not a ton available on any of these sites. There's a very, very low quantity, so they're easy to hike up the prices fast. And, there's been some accusations of people hyping them up artificially and all this stuff. Who knows? But again, they've had crazy run-ups very, very shortly. So as a cash trader, I wasn't exactly sure what to do. I bought these and they looked cool and they were great and I got them for a good price. I've been trying to buy stuff for around 90% buff. So, I have to wait the 7-day trade hold and then I can sell this stuff and I can try to, make my 10% profit. But that's ultimately the spot that a lot of cash traders get into. When they buy a lot of cool stuff, yeah, you can sell it instantly for that 8, 10, 12, 15% gain that you're going to get from your cash trading margins or whatever, but you also always have the opportunity to hold because in general, the CS market goes up and a lot of times holding, especially under your cool items, your rare items, your popular items can end up being very, very lucrative as well. Now, yes, you're having a big kind of cash investment because, just because you bought something for 90% buff, you're still spending that large amount of capital and money, and that's capital that's going to be tied up in that stuff and not in other things, and maybe it's money that you didn't even necessarily want to put in your portfolio in the first place because, again, your portfolio and your cash trades are kind of two separate things. They're really two separate deals. Cash trading, I'm trying to buy and sell, and in my portfolio, I'm trying to invest. So I wasn't really sure what to do. There was part of me that was like, hey, dang, I could, hang on to these and see how they go up and maybe it'll be crazy. Maybe I'll make a ton of money in a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years or whatever. I wasn't expecting to make money in a couple of weeks. But then the other part of me was like, hey, I got like $400 or whatever tied up in these. Maybe I should just try and sell them for like my 10% profit and, go on with my way and start buying some more stuff. So ultimately, the 7-day trade hold ran out. Again, I bought these both for around $200, the Navi and the Virtus Pro, maybe a little bit more. Maybe it's like $215 each, something like that. You can see right now, the Navi is $800 listed on the Steam market. You can see the Virtus Pro is $696. I sold them both about 7, 8, 9, 10 days later, whatever, for around $250. And it's crazy because I didn't sell them for low. I didn't sell them for a bad price. I didn't sell them because I'm an idiot for some stupid price. I didn't get scammed or sharked or anything by anybody. That was the market price. And both of these, I listed the Novice Vincere and the Virtus Pro for about $250, and neither one of them sold instantly. They both took a couple of days because they weren't disgustingly underpriced. They were priced at the market rates and maybe even a little bit above them because, again, they didn't sell instantly. They took a couple of days to sell. So, again, ultimately, I bought them both for like $210, $215, sold them for about $250 after fees. I made, like I said, 10, 15, 20% somewhere in there. But then over the next couple of weeks, again, I bought them. What day is this tweet? I don't even remember. This tweet is on August 13th, meaning I sold them 7, 8, 9, 10 days later around August 23rd, I believe it was, something like that, for about $250 each. And again, from August 23rd to today, September 10th, the day I'm recording this video, they have had this insane run-up. Now, obviously, like I said, whenever you buy an item, there's a chance that it could have this crazy run-up after you sell it. It could crash back down. There's also that possibility. Maybe I could have held on to these and they could have crashed down. Maybe I could have sold them at $250 and they would have crashed down to $150 the next week. Who knows? So really, ultimately, at the end of the day, so I guess some of the biggest and best advice is have price targets, have goals. Again, with my cash trading business, I want to make 10, 15, 20% per transaction. I did that. I was happy with that, so I sold. And if you have goals in mind, you meet your, kind of marks, and then you sell out, don't really look back and don't beat yourself up too much because, again, I'm looking at, damn, I could have had 200, 300, 400% gains in just a couple of weeks, but this is irrational. There was no way to predict this. No one knew this was going to happen. None of this makes sense. Some of this is market manipulation, but man, this is pretty crazy that I made such a big mistake and missed out on so much potential profit if I just would have waited a week or 2 or 3 more weeks to sell these off. It definitely stings. It definitely hurts. No, I'm not saying I should have done that. And in hindsight, in 2020, I probably still wouldn't even have held on to them. And going forward, I'm probably still not going to hold on to, expensive or unique rare items that I pick up in cash trades unless I really, really, really believe in them. But it is pretty interesting. It is pretty funny. It is pretty crazy that my first ever cash trade, it went well, but it still ends up being a huge mistake and could be potentially one of the biggest theoretical losses or theoretical miss outs that I have in my entire CS journey and career. But man, pretty crazy, pretty funny. Just want to tell you guys a story and make a video about it. But pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch the next one. Until then, peace.